I first start on all the carcass parts. I cut them to width on my table saw. All the smaller width items I can cut at the miter saw. I set my stop block and make repetitive cuts to make sure all parts are identical in length. For all the larger width items, I set up my track saw and cut them on my outfeed table. Here I am setting up my dado stack to cut the rabbets and the necessary carcass parts. I will set up a sacrificial fence, bury the dado stack, and cut all the way to the edge of the board. Here I'm cutting the rabbets in the sides and the top and bottom. Notice the feather board to keep the boards completely level on the table so the rabbet is consistent in depth. Applying glue to the rabbets, holding the sides square to the bottom, and driving 1.5 inch brads to temporarily hold the side in place until the glue dries. I will follow up with conformant screws. Here I'm using a special bit set for conformant screws. I'm pre-drilling with the stepped brad point bit and driving the special screw. I will leave a link in the description. I need a way to level the washer and dryer stand. Here I am marking for 1/4-20 threaded inserts, which I will screw in leveling feet. I begin to assemble the hutch. I again use 1.5 inch brads to temporarily attach the sides to the top. The brads will hold until the glue dries. I will follow up with conformant screws. The hutch was very unstable. Here I am adding a support strip to the back. I also add triangles. I needed a way to attach the hutch to the base unit. I used a domino to create loose tenons to index the hutch to the base unit. Next I cut 1 1/4 inch poplar strips for the face frame. Once all the strips are cut to width, I move to the chop saw and cut them to length. I use pocket holes to assemble the face frame. I am drilling the pocket holes on my benchtop unit. I assemble the face frame using pocket screws. Here I am attaching the lower face frame to the base unit. I'm applying glue, and I will use 1.5 inch brads. I repeat this process for the hutch face frame. preparation for painting, I use wood filler to cover all the screw and nail holes. I made simple drawers for this project. You can click the link on the left to see how I built them. I attached the drawers to the bottom case using full extension drawer slides. I mounted the drawers with a 3/4 inch setback. Here I'm attaching the 3/4 inch drawer front. I use wood grade hot glue and shims to correctly space the drawer in the opening. Once the hot glue cures, I will countersink and drive screws from the inside out, permanently attaching the drawer front to the drawer. My wife and I agreed that this project should be painted white. Painting is not my most favorite thing to do. I did use my HVLP spraying system to paint the drawers. This unit was a bit cumbersome to get in place. Here I'm installing the drawers and final cleanup.